Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here in my plant room and it is 1:52 p.m. I got home a little bit early from work today, so it is really quiet and the kids aren't home, the husband's at work still. So what a perfect time to just bring you along for some plant chores just for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I don't know. The kids will be home not till after 3, so it's gonna be 2 o'clock, so we've got plenty of time before they come in and start asking me questions and asking for food. So I was going to say it is a sunny day, but I don't know if you can tell, it kind of got a little bit dim, and here it comes again. Sun is in and out right now. In the distance, I can kind of see. I don't know if you can see from the camera. I don't know if you can tell. There's a huge glare, but there are a lot of dark clouds, and the dogs just went crazy because they heard the Ring doorbell announce that somebody was walking by. But anyways, what was I saying? It is sunny, kind of, if you can kind of tell. It's in my face, but it's in and out. And it was snowing this morning a little bit up here. I got home from work early and I worked at I have 2 jobs. I work at 2 different hospitals, and I was at my second job down off of the mountain. I live in the mountains. And it was kind of icy and snowy this morning, and from pictures that I saw from people that were up here, it was very snowy. So then I left early and I went grocery shopping, got home, and there's no snow on the roads. So what the heck? But yeah, the sun is in and out right now because the clouds are kind of gathering. We're supposed to be getting a really bad storm after Sunday, I believe, which is just great because I am going to PlantCon next week, and it shows that all of the days leading up to Friday, which is the day that I'm going to be leaving, today is Thursday. So next Friday, I'm going to be leaving really early, and I'm thinking it's going to be snowing here on my way out. And the weather for LA looks to be very wet, very rainy, so great. I had plans on going to the beach and relaxing for a little bit, not to go in the water and lay in the sun, but I just had plans on going to the beach, whether there's sunshine or it's cloudy. And I just wanted to read and just relax for a little bit while I hear the waves in the background, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, so we'll see. We shall see. But anyways, I have a huge mess in my plant room. I don't know that you can see. I don't know. Let's see. I have a huge mess, as you can tell. And I need to get this cleaned up and organized because I can't walk around and do things here. I'm gonna leave this table because I do need it to do some repotting and and I need to do I want to do some propagations. So I'm gonna get this all cleared up really quick with the magic of the camera. You don't need to see me cleaning up. So it's clean. Yay! Let me bring this camera up a little bit. So I have cleaned off my table, at least most of it. I need to get some of these things get this jar emptied out. I had a pinguicula in this jar here, and I took it out to put it in a more better vessel. Let me show you. Let me show you, because I did do a reel on this pinguicula, and it was in this jar here. And so then I switched it over to this little bowl. And it looks so cute. Look, it already caught its first little fungus gnat since putting it into this little bowl. But yeah, go watch my short on, I don't even think it's a short. It's a video. See, I don't even know what is a short and what's a video. But I did make a video on me repotting this, or re-bowling it. Anyways, it's so cute. I thought it would be better at catching its live prey when it was in a more open bowl rather than this jar here. So that is why I put it in a different bowl. So right now, I wish I had a taller table. If I had a table at least this high up, I would be so happy. It would make things easier. I don't have a chair, and I tend to do things standing up a lot better. I'm such a mom that I even eat standing up. I'd never actually go sit down. Hold on. My camera is low on battery. I think my battery will be fine. Anyways, when I went to go get groceries today after work, I did stop by and I grabbed a couple of pots. Aren't those cute? From Walmart. We are small-ish towns, and so Walmart is probably the cheapest place to go grocery shopping. You know, a lot of people will say, ew, Walmart for groceries, but you know what? It's expensive to buy groceries for a large family, so Walmart is the cheapest place to go, at least out here. But anyways, I found these two pots. I should have gotten the green one. There was a green one and there was a gray one, but I will go back and get those later. They were marked down from like $10 to $3.50. They are starting to mark down their pots. What? It's not even spring yet. So I'm wondering if that means they're going to be bringing out a whole bunch of other pots. I have been looking for the dang cowboy hat pot, and I know I should have gotten it when I saw it the multiple times that I went to Walmart, but no, I didn't get it. I ended up getting this. They didn't have any good plants or nice plants, and I saw this sad golden pothos for $4.99. So of course I brought it home because I wanted to put it in one of these pots, and I'm going to put it in my living room. So I am going to repot this. Hold on, I have a huge mess on the floor here too. You can't see it, it's under the table. But yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know if it would look better. Would it look better in the green pot? I mean the blue pot? Or the pink pot? I think it looks better in the blue checkered pot, so that's what I'm going to go for. Woo. Okay. But yes, I have my little recycling bin right here. You can see that. That is my soil / plant recycling bin. That is where all old soils and old plants that I don't care for anymore go. So that's what I'm doing. now. I'm kind of feeling sad for throwing this oil in there. I'll deal with that later. But yeah, all old sphagnum moss, soil, perlite, everything goes in there. Let me get all of these, like all of these leaves here are going to go into this. Into that recycling. Then I didn't need another golden pothos, but you know what? I couldn't leave it. I felt so bad. Plus, I thought it would look great in this pot, so that's what's going to happen. I'm going to cut off all these old shrivelly leaves. It looks like it has some cold damage, a lot of cold damage. And for a pothos to have cold damage, that's crazy. They're such a hardy plant. I'm going to try and get some of this stuff off. It's so dry and crumbly. I don't know if that's why it's... Usually they tend to overwater their plants. This one is just dry. Look at that. So we are going to get rid of that soil. We're going to bring in our... I'm going to separate it actually because I'm going to take these smaller pieces out that seem to be doing not so good. This one's okay, I guess. Overall, most of the plant looks great. I am going to cut some of these roots down here. Normally I don't do this. I don't like disturbing the roots, but I don't want to give it too big of a pot. Look, some of these roots are really dry. So I don't want to give it too big of a pot because I do want to use this pot that I have here. If you gently tug, you'll get all of the roots that are dry and brittle, and they'll just come with. You don't even have to be strong about it. You don't have to be rough. You just a light tug, and the dry roots or the roots that I've rotted away will gently come off. I'm going to go and actually rinse this whole plant off while I have it like this. I'm not going to rinse the roots. Well, yeah, I can rinse the roots, but I want to wash it all off because I don't know what was on it. And we will pot it up. Okay, I'm back. So I rinsed it off, and I did get some more of these sad leaves off. For the most part, it doesn't look too bad. It was very dry, so that's why it wasn't happy. Before I put any soil in, I'm going to get a little bit of this screen mesh, window screen mesh. Because the holes, those scissors are crap. The holes in the pot are pretty big. See how they're pretty, they're wide. So I don't want any of that soil to fall out. Let me get my soil here. Let's move this over. Whoops. I am going to need to get some more soil soon. Actually, no. I bought plenty of bags of soil, so I don't need more soil. I forgot that I bought a few bags of soil from Walmart, actually. They had that Mother Earth or Mother's... Do I have it in here? I don't know, but it was like a Mother Earth, a very good brand, and they had it at Walmart. So I bought that. I bought some biochar, added some perlite to it. We're good to go. Sounds like the husband's home. We'll get that in here. And then another leaf fell out. That's okay. My soil consists of just whatever I have on hand. I do like to add some biochar or some charcoal and some orchid bark to make it a little bit chunky. I do have some cocoa chips to make it even chunkier. If I don't have those, an orchid bark works just fine because I order my cocoa chips from Amazon. And if I don't have any, obviously I'm not going to wait for them, and I need soil right now or in the moment, so that's what I do. All right. Got. She looks a little sad right now because she needs water and she needs to sit and drink some water. But I think in a day or even in a few hours, she's going to look amazing. So let me get some water and we'll water her. All right, so I'm going to get this nice and watered, and hopefully she'll perk up in the next few hours. Yeah, there she is. I know she may not look like much right now, but she will look great in a few hours. So I'm going to go put this off to the side, but she is going to go into into the living room. I know, I took off my glasses. I gotta put them back on. There we go, much better. I can see without my glasses. They are more for far away. For seeing far away, I'm nearsighted for my astigmatism. But yeah, I can have them on. It's just I'm so used to having them on that I just have them on all the time. They're like a part of my face. All right. I need to grab. There were a couple of things that I wanted to do and I can't remember. There was something that I wanted to repot now that I have the soil out here. Oh yeah. I do have some of these Marantas. That one's not doing so well. Darn it. I have these variegated Marantas, and I have them rooting in water. It looks like most of them had rooted, and I want to put them back into a pot. Well, maybe I can let them root for a little bit longer. Sometimes I'll let them root really quick and just root enough, and as soon as I put them in the soil, they just continue rooting. They're super easy to root. They're pretty easy going. Now, let me get rid of this. Hey, don't chew on that. Dog's chewing on a cup. All right. Let's get, I don't know what that is. It's going to die. Okay. The soil is going. I need to empty this out. It's actually really full now. So. You can you see that raised garden bed out there is where I dump all of my soil. It's really cold out here. Okay, I'm going back inside. It's too cold. All right, we are empty and ready for some more soil. That's what I usually do with that bin, is I'll just empty everything out and it gets recycled in a pile out in that raised garden bed. So come spring, I'm just gonna, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with that raised garden bed, to be honest. I'm not an outdoor gardener. I am strictly indoors because I am not very attentive to outdoor gardens because I spend so much time taking care of plants indoors. I'm very bad at remembering that I have plants outside. And I've tried it a couple of years in a row, and I bought some plants at like Home Depot or Lowe's, put them outside, and then next thing you know, they're drying up because I am not paying attention to them. So I don't know that I will do that. I mean, the raised garden bed is in my view when I'm in here, so I'm pretty sure if I planted some flowers, vegetables don't do very well up here. I can still attempt it, but they don't do very well up here. So I might just put a bunch of flowers in there and then we'll see what happens. We'll see if I can remember to go out there and tend to my outdoor garden since I have them in plain view from inside my little plant room, my little plant area. But yeah, there's something else that I wanted to do in here. Now that I got all of that emptied out, I did want to repot that Maranta, the variegated Maranta that I have. But there was also something else that oh yes, I did want to get this little tiny pothos that I have here. I want to get it into a cute pot. Its roots are already going around in circles on the bottom. But I don't know. Oh, I have the perfect little pot. This cute little pot, and I already have the little mesh inside. So we can do that. Bring my soil back up here. So I am excited. I know I keep talking about PlantCon International, but I'm super excited about that. I have never been. This will be my first year going to PlantCon International. And sorry, I'm throwing all that soil out. And I'm not really sure what to expect. I can assure you that I am expecting on spending money on some plants. But I'm going to try to be mindful of the types of plants that I want to bring home. I'm not trying to bring home any more philodendrons. For sure, I will not be bringing home any more philodendrons because they just take up too much space. I am not a philodendron hater by any means. I just feel like I don't know, they do take up a lot of space, and their leaves, in order for them to really stand out as a different type of philodendron, their leaves have to be a little bit more on the mature side, and the plant has to be mature enough for it to really show its leaf shape. I know some of you might disagree with me, but I don't want to have multiple philodendrons in here because it gets so big. And I have I think I only have three philodendrons in here. Let me see. Yeah, I only have 3 philodendrons in here. That's crazy. I think my monsteras and my Hoyas are kind of taking over this room, which is okay. I don't want any more monsteras, that's for sure. I definitely want more Hoyas, and I'm thinking that's what I want to spend more of my energy on, is keeping these dang Hoyas alive and pest free. Here is the little, let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Little pothos. This was a Hawaiian pothos, and it was really big. I took this cutting and I sold off the mother plant. I don't know why, but I did. I did it before we moved into this house. I think I was just in a purging state of mind to where I just wanted to get rid of as many plants that I'm not really, paying attention to, just so that I didn't have so many plants to move. But here we are, getting more plants like that pothos that I just rescued. But those two are actually going to go into the living room, because I think pothos are great living room plants. Like, put them on the mantle, put them on a shelf near the kitchen window, and they look just absolutely perfect. But yeah, that's another thing I wanted to do. Oh, I did want to add, here, let me get rid of this repotting mat. So I bought a package of trellises from the effing trellis guy. And I'm trying to be good and not say the whole word, but the effing trellis guy, full word, on Instagram. And he makes trellises out of this aluminum wire. And he makes some pretty cool looking trellises. He can literally make any design and put it into a trellis. And he likes to sell packages. Like, he'll give you a certain amount shipped, and that's what he will ship it for and sell it to you for. And that is one of the trellises. Super cute. These have like moon-shaped stones hanging from them, like that one. And these are cute. These trellises can be for any small plant. I think these are perfect for Hoyas, small Hoyas especially. So I am going to put one of these on this Hoya lacanosa that I have here and get her started on this trellis here. I could probably bring you a little bit closer so that you can see what I am doing. So I brought you a little bit closer to me, but now, I don't know, I have to figure out a good little spot for the camera. But I think I'm going to put one of these smaller trellises, like this one right here, on this Hoya lacanosa. I don't know what Hoya lacanosa this is. I got it as a free cutting added to my order a while ago. And the person who sent it to me said, I don't know what kind of Hoya that is. Let's see when it gets a little bit more mature and we'll be able to tell. It got a little bit more mature, and then I said, hey, what kind of lacanosa is this? I still can't tell. So I came to the conclusion that is just a regular lacanosa splash. I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of splash right now. It kind of got a little sad when I sprayed it with some neem oil mixture, as did a lot of my Hoyas. And whatever kind of lacanosa it is, I love it. So it doesn't matter. All right, I'm gonna attach it to this trellis with some of this Velcro strip. And then we shall see what happens? A lot of times I'll put Hoyas onto a trellis and they end up wanting to go the opposite way of where I'm directing them. For some reason they do what they want. They never go and they never do what you want them to. So that's where the Velcro full of dog hair comes into place. But yeah, look at that. That is actually really cute. I love that. But yeah, if you want some of these trellises, I forgot what his name is, but his, business name is the effin with the full curse word, the effin trellis guy on Instagram. And if you follow him, you will see every now and then he'll post up in his stories a package, like he hold them in his hand and he says, this package deal, what have you, for $45 shipped. And yeah, and you can get those for that price that he gives you. And he's pretty good fast shipper too. I got these within a couple of days. That was pretty cool. I definitely will be ordering some more, but I do want some bigger ones because a lot of my Hoyas are starting to get really long and I would like them to go around some trellises. So yeah. Here is another Hoya lacrimosa that I wanted to put on the larger trellis. I don't know that if I would I like it trailing, meaning it's not going to grow up on a trellis, it's just hanging there. I do like it trailing, but I also want to see what it would look like just going around and around on a trellis. It is growing so much. Look at that. It's got new growth on every vine. Every little vine has new growth on it. And I'm thinking I could have half of it growing up on the trellis and then half of it trailing. So let's do that actually. I'm going to use this bigger trellis here. I don't know what kind of stone that is, but it's really pretty. And I'm going to, here, let me give you a better view of what I'm doing. There we go. Just getting there. I think that looks kind of cool. Let me get some more of this Velcro cut into strips. So I get this regular Velcro. I don't like ties. I have used zip ties, the little zip ties in the past, and they just cut some of my plants, branches, or vines. And I was not too happy with that. You know, you work so hard to get your plants to grow, and then something like that happens. It's just, ugh. Okay. I think this one can go up onto the trellis. Instead of cutting it, I'm going to cut it to size by just putting it around here first. Sorry, I got quiet. I'm like concentrating. But yeah, I like the Velcro better. It's just a lot gentler on the plant. And I don't have to do any tying. I think this one can go in the center circle. That's gonna look so cute. Ooh, I'm really trying to be gentle and I don't want to break it. Alright, I think we can do that, and then the rest of them can just trail. You know what, I'm not gonna waste this little they are pretty similar to Hoyas, so I treat them just like Hoyas. I think I'm gonna bow this one out a little bit. There we go. Just kind of tailor it to this cup, the shape of the cup. That is cool looking. I like that. Hopefully it likes that better too. Back into my Hoya cabinet it goes. I think that's it for this video. I honestly was just filming this really quick while nobody was in the house because I wanted to try this new camera out. I did get a new camera. If you notice that the picture is a little bit better quality, and that's because I did get a new camera. I needed a new camera, honestly. I got tired of filming on my phone and not being able to look at my phone while I'm filming, or, you know, to look things up while I'm filming, and I think that is a huge plus to having a separate camera. There's nothing wrong with filming on your phone, honestly, if that's what you like and it works out for you. Filming on my phone was working out really great, but I just wanted that freedom of having my phone separate from the camera. And yeah, I hope the quality is a lot better and you can kind of see my little area and my space a little bit better. So, but yeah, that was just a small little trial run of a video of me doing some plant tours. I hope it wasn't too boring, but hopefully this weekend I will upload another video of me doing plant tours. Maybe I'll do a revised plant tour. That would actually be really nice, doing a revised plant tour. My last plant tour for 2026, I think, was a little bit rough, and I think it was a little rushed. So I will be doing that, and I will show you all the plants in the house, not just my little plant room, because I have plants in other parts of my house. So yeah, I think I will do that this weekend, so look out for that. But yeah, if you watched through this whole video, I thank you, and please give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.